seriously, YouTube, it's not supposed to be this
I
hard.
don't care if I'm demonetized. You should see what else I demonetized.
Oh my God.
It's not on grade.
I know.
Do it
We're
again.
60. We're almost there. 100%. 100%. All right.
We're live.
We're live. Hot damn tamale. All right, Brad, at your leisure, sir.
No, it took us 5 minutes to get going. We had 10 minutes to really get it
We
going.
did.
So I'm going to give it just a couple more minutes so
Let's
that
give it a few
people
minutes.
can have an opportunity to log on. And a lot
Say
of
hi.
people that are at
Fred.
work today are obviously going to be split screening so
Sure.
that if their boss walks by, they can go back to full screen of their diligent duties.
Good
Mm.
times.
All right. I've got my palette ready to go. Feeling really good here. Feeling very excited about today. If you missed yesterday's episodes, not only did we have a great time, but we judged some fantastic wines. There's definitely some stiff competition out there. Absolutely awesome. The analytics are showing that I have picked about 50-50 between the more fuller bodied wines and the lighter wines. Some very fun blends out there. Really, really excited to see what we are going to be doing today. Mainly because we haven't ever had this type of opportunity to go back and look through what wines people made. Is YouTube down again?
No, it's just, there we go. Look at the people. People are signing
No,
up.
no, Grady, those were up earlier, and it's not working. You can see they're half. It's
Hi, Brad. I have two
yeah,
computers.
but that was up.
That's Andrea. Yeah, so we're working. That's her.
That's
That's
live.
a live one. That's new.
Andrea, would you type one more message so I can see your scroll? Andrea, sorry, it's early. Lips don't work right.
It's hard to see that far away.
It is very well. I should. I mean, honest to God, after knowing them for this long, I probably should be able to get there.
Well, you just couldn't see it. That's all.
Their names. That is correct. I cannot see anything on the computer screen other than if it's moving, and it's not moving. So, Danny, why don't you type something? We have 1 minute to get this going, and
Oh, we got a whole minute.
but it's not
You see
working.
that?
There it goes. Okay. Are you watching me?
Well,
Was that with your one good eye?
very close. Very, very closely.
Hey, Grady, something Dell just sent us a little note.
Oh,
Probably.
Probably reminded me
it went away. It slid
oh
in.
good. It
slid
slid
out.
in. Told you
Okay.
something. Now it's gone. Hot
You know,
damn.
You know what I'm going to tell you? I'm about ready to start.
Well, you look great, so I'd say go for it, homie.
Technology. Yay. I'm ready to go. I'm sure that the rest of the world is. They're waiting with Tissa,
I can-
say it.
Patient!
Patient.
I
Welcome.
can see you.
Okay, Grady has more stuff to say. Anything else over there?
No, you mean now.
Got it.
continue with your
Maybe we should practice that one more time.
Yes.
I think everybody's waiting with, wait, say it, Antissa.
Patient!
Nothing else. Welcome to Brad Beard's Taste Race. Do that again. Welcome to Brad Beard's Taste Race and the second judging round of the 2020 Crushing the Competition Tour. Hashtag Mercury Wine. On our previous episode, I asked you to create a wine blend that has color, uniqueness, nuance, and taste. And this is your opportunity, your chance to impress me and my squirrel friends to move on to the next round. Otherwise, I'm going to ask you and your wine to oxidize away. First up, we have, let me see, this is the Right Bank Region 3 that we'll be doing, and we have a table number 7. We have table with a Sam, and he is the Monaco crew. You can come on in, Grady. We have Jesse and Eric. I believe that is the Poodle Doodle Duo. And we have Scott and Susan, and it is the Arones. And then we have, I don't know, it's an Andre or an Andrea and Sasha, and their name is ANS. So here we go. We're going to be doing the judging blind. I don't know what these wines are, what the blends are. I do know what wines I gave you, and I'll have some impressions in my brain about things because just knowing the wines. But I'm truly going to be judging these wines blind, and I'm not going to be judging these wines against any previous wines I've judged, nor am I going to judge these wines against any other wines I'm going to judge today. Are you going to join me today, Graydon?
I am. Whenever you're ready.
About 3 or 4 lines ago.
Nice.
And then, the way we're going to do it is I will judge these blends. I will taste these blends. I will decide how much I like these wines, what kind of nuances you've given me, what kind of structure you've given me, what kind of little poochy noses.
What kind of crazy poochy nose
I've,
are you getting?
I've given me. And I'm
Fred.
going to judge that wine on an individual basis, and then I will compare it to your table mates. So the only competition you have are these 4 wines that I have presented before you.
Nice.
Before we start, this one says table 7. I just want to make sure that
Yes, we are judging
since
table
these
7
were locked in a mayonnaise jar,
on
hermetically sealed.
Funk and Wagnall's porch since noon today.
That is correct.
Nobody.
All right.
Nobody
These
would
are
know
all
what
correct.
ones
I'm going to spin them back around because now I have to do my judging card to make sure that we don't mess that up, because we will keep these for posterity.
Excellent.
And
It's all looking good. I'm feeling good. Are you feeling good today?
I'm feeling great today. I'm feeling great.
It was such a great start yesterday.
with the exception of the 20 minutes that we didn't get things going.
Well, there was that.
but once we got things going,
Everything was awesome.
yesterday was amazing. Actually, it was a great
Technology.
day. If you haven't seen it, kind of fun, especially the first 2 where everything was full on
Totally
mayhem.
mayhem.
And
Total mayhem.
Disorganized.
But
Uh,
the wines.
but the wine judging wasn't
delicious.
disorganized. My
No.
tongue was
Brad's palate was on yesterday.
it was ready to go. I
Big
was looking for subtlety and nuance. I was looking for structure, balance.
Yep.
Gosh dang it! I was looking
We
for
got
a
it.
wine that impressed my little taste buds. And with all that being said, I think I'm ready today.
I am so ready. We've
Okay.
primed our palates with delicious cheeses and stuff, thanks to Danny making a beautiful charcuterie plate for us to start. And I'm ready for fun.
Okay. Sounds good. Let's do it. All right. I'm going to take the first wine. The first I'm judging. Like I
UJ.
said, I have no idea what these blends are, so I have no idea what order I should be tasting them in. So I might taste a light wine, I might taste a heavy wine, I might taste a light or a heavy wine, or I could be tasting medium-bodied wine.
It could all happen at once.
That is, if it does, then that'll probably be
That
a
would be a
winning
winner. Winner, winner. Chicken dinner. Hey, Fred. You want some cheesers?
blend.
Freddie's
All right.
like, yes, I would like a little cheese today, Grady, to clean my palate. Thank you so much. All right,
You're
guys, hang on. Here we go. Table 7. Our first right bankers.
All right.
Look at that gorgeous color. This one you cannot see through.
It's pretty dark.
It's super dark. I'm liking that. Very nice. Beautiful. Nose is starting to blossom out here as we swirl it around. Oh, interesting.
The nose is very pleasant. There's nothing nothing dominating the nose. I'm getting just some darker fruits. It's a darker wine, so
Yeah.
that does make sense that we have a darker presentation. So I'm getting some more dark cherry, dark plum on the nose.
Definitely.
I'm not getting any cream.
Mm-mm.
Not any really thing spicy.
big high points?
No, it's just kind of
Just right there.
Just right
Just
there.
doing its
There,
thing.
gave you what it was giving it. Come here, Fred.
Liking that.
You wanna-
Fred wants to say hello
I know
to
everybody wants to say.
today.
He's got to make a couple all the way up, Freddie. I know you got to make a couple
Can
of
you do it,
appearances.
Fred?
Why are you being camera shy?
Silly dog.
Really, Freddie? After all these years,
After
Okay.
all these years.
he's like, my pay's too low. I'm on strike.
I will
I want to
only-
move to
He's not
I
cute
wanna
on
move to
command like
Chaz.
he used to be.
where.
Now Freddy's like, I'm an adult dog. I know what I'm doing.
All right, the nose is nice. Very
Mhm.
nice.
I'm gonna call that there on that nose.
The palate is actually very identical to the nose. We've got a very cherry plum flavor profile.
Yep.
and it's not got any high points. It's not got any low points. It's just kind of right there, right in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
On the beginning, there's really not much of a difference between the beginning or the middle. And I'd be looking for something exciting in the finish here. I'd
Yeah.
like something to come up and
kind of pop.
let me know that this is some good stuff. I'm getting some brightness on the palette.
Yeah.
I'm getting
Yeah.
a middle.
Mhm.
I'm getting a middle style. I mean, a middle length and finish.
Sure.
Solid wine all the
Very
way
solid.
through. I love the flavors, but I'm only getting 2 flavors,
Yeah. And it's that cherry plum. Cherry plum.
and it's in the nose,
Yep. It's on the palate.
on the palate.
And it finishes exactly the same
The
way.
body's mid-weight. I'm not even getting an aggressive tannin or a light tannin, not a
Mhm.
heavy acid. This wine is just right down the middle. It's like someone, you know, you've hit 3 batters in a row, and you need to learn where the plate is again. You just throw it right down the middle.
Sure.
Nothing wrong with a strike.
Not at all. Not at all. If I had this wine in a
Mhm.
restaurant, I'd be like, wow, that is just solid and probably fantastic with food.
Strong acids, good tannins. This would be a good wine with food. But we are going to come back to it. It may just need a little time to open up to see if there's something else in there. So we're going to give it some more time. All right. So our next wine, correct table.
FR. All right, FR. Let's see what FR is bringing to the blend today. Hope you guys are all drinking this morning. It's been pretty fun. Gorgeous color again. Just a skosh more see-through on the edges, but still very dark.
This wine's got some oxidation as well.
Nice.
So this wine is going to have some of the older wines in it.
Mm-hmm.
At least enough of it to allow a little bit of an orange lip to come along. Not a good thing or a bad thing, just a thing. Letting me form some impressions
Sure.
about this wine.
And that's the fun thing. It's fun to have your impressions in your head, and then maybe when you taste it, it goes a different direction. That's really so much fun about a lot of your wines. Like the GSM smells one way, and the Freddy Cuvée tastes a totally different way. There's something on that nose. What is going on back there?
Got to reach for it.
You got to
We're
reach for it.
getting, some nice cherries, a little
Mhm.
medicinal flavors running through there.
Interesting. There's a lot. There's some subtle, interesting, but they're very, like you said, they're way in the
So
background.
I had my impressions of the nose, but right up front, you know, I said very light cherries in the nose, some medicinal flavors. The very first thing in the beginning is I get just a big pop of cherry.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of real bright acid, kind of, you know, making you salivate a little bit. So some nice bright cherry. I think that bright cherry is interfering with the mid palate and all sorts of fun things like that. It's so we've got this. We've got a nose that's kind of like this. We got a nice big
Yeah.
bright pop of cherry,
Yeah.
and then it's, you know, it's really coming down. Let's see if we can get some nice uplift on the finish.
The finish, I'm getting some of that acid, some of that brightness comes into the finish, but it's a scotch abrupt.
It is a quick finish, and so what we've done is we had a nose that was nothing wrong with it, very nice, but not a lot of layers of complexity.
Right.
Then we had this nice bright pop of cherry, which is really exciting, and I was looking for some more in the middle, and in a little bit of the finish, and then on the out to see if it's going to linger a little longer. So we've got a really just bright cherry. Even running through the retro nasal, I've just got this bright cherry running all the way through this
Yep.
one.
And maybe
Nice,
just
young, fruity.
fruity.
Super pleasant. Actually, just thinking about this wine right now, Thanksgiving is just a few short days away.
Yeah.
And this would be a perfect Thanksgiving wine.
Are you getting any raspberry on the very back end there? That kind of creeping in on the back end, not just right before the retro nasal. or is that some other
No,
bright?
I'm getting
berry
I'm
fruit?
getting a little raspberry and a little. I really got to search for it.
Yeah, but I was definitely, it
Yeah,
was
a
definitely
little
kind of coming
earth,
in there,
a little raspberry
hmm
down there
which I
as
like
well.
quite a bit.
But for me personally, with this nice bright acidity, not a lot of tannins, but on a high enough acid that this would be a wonderful sipper for Thanksgiving and would be able to translate through
Oh,
Thanksgiving. This would be a really
yeah,
nice one.
I would love to try this with
Hmm.
some stuffing with some cranberries in it. Yum, yum, yum. That was really
What's
fun.
funny is it's got a really light finish, but it does hang in there. It's
hmm
there. It can make it can get 5 or 6 seconds of excitement
Sure.
in there. I'm gonna readjust that finish
Yeah.
up a little bit, and then what'll be fun to see if this wine opens up a smidgen while I taste the next two.
Fun. Fun. Fun.
Okay.
DM. Moving on to DM. Who's the dungeon master today? Will there be any carrion crawlers? You'll just have to stay tuned to find out. I'll explain all of it afterwards.
No, we won't.
Nobody cares.
No,
Nobody
no.
cares except me.
Okay.
Everything's in the eye of the beholder.
All right. We have another
Thank you, Mark.
brighter wine here. So our first one was a little darker. This
Mhm.
one's a little brighter. This one's not showing a lot of oxidization.
Not at all. Not at all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nor that beautiful ruby coming through, but it gets dark
No,
in the
this is
middle.
this is beautiful. Nice. This is a darker ruby color. It looks
Mhm.
really pleasant to look at.
Pigeon blood.
I'll ask you to refrain to say things like that ever again in my presence,
That's a
especially
ruby
if I happen to
descriptor.
be blending wine.
Again, with a little bit of a subtle on the nose, subtle nose.
Not even. What are you talking about? Get in there. There's tons of subtle. It's subtle, but there's tons of nuances. There's lots of layers. There's a lot of complexity on the nose. It's not jumping up and ripping your shorts down,
It certainly isn't. Too bad.
but there's layers. There's layers in there. Am I searching
Maybe
too far? Am I going too
maybe
far?
maybe I'm not. I'm having a hard time putting my nose in the right spot. There we go.
That's nice.
There we go. Towards the top of the glass.
Okay. Okay.
Something maybe pomegranate-y
I
on
am
that
getting
nose?
definitely your tart fruits, your
Okay.
cranberries,
Yep,
your
yep, yep.
pomegranate is running through here. I don't think I described any wines yesterday as having a cranberry or pomegranate flavor.
Not really, no.
Wow, way to go, guys! Way to find some cranberries and pomegranates in those wines.
Great job. Okay, so that nose is very surprising.
Yeah, but
very
it
subtle.
is subtle, but there are some things in there that are exciting. I might be trying too hard after the last one where it was just the one
Right.
thing there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Again, high acid in this
Wow.
wine.
Yeah.
Not a lot of tannin. Wait a minute. A little tannin on the
Little
way
tan
back.
on the back structure, right there, coming in.
I think that it is a cranberry pomegranate cherry, but actually cherry cran palm, something along those lines. Not like the Freddie Rosé that's just really dominant, but those are definitely there. Definitely much higher on the palate.
Sure.
This wine is relying on a lot of acid for the structure, and
Mhm.
typically you don't rely on a wine for you need some tannins or some darker notes in there to give you some structure. This is relying on a very high acid all the way through. So probably we used a couple of the wine, the two of the wines that were a lot younger, but it does have. I'll guess there's a third, maybe even a fourth in here on a smaller note.
Sure.
My analytics crew can probably tell me if I'm right or not. Oh my God! Actually,
Brad hit it.
actually, my
We
palate.
are
My
analyzing all
palate
the
is
blends this year.
shocking after yesterday, after my liver transplant. My palate, and I actually had 4 new taste buds on the upper mid and some beginners replaced yesterday. But this one is telling an absolute story of nice,
Yeah.
young, vibrant, fruity, making me linger for some subtlety and nuance. If I was judging this wine for a 6-month horizon on when these flavors would come around, and be even more exciting, it'd be a 6-month thing. But we're judging on today.
Right. But there is that surprising. There is that little tiny touch of tannic structure at the very back of the palate that I'm really enjoying.
It's there. No, it's there. And this one might be one of those ones. I'm going to give it a few more minutes.
Yeah. Let's see how it does in a little bit.
Finish.
Wow.
Finish. No, not you're finished. What is the finish?
I'm done. Oh, biscuits. The finish is delightful, but again, just a touch abrupt.
Shows its age.
Yeah. Young, like me.
Nothing wrong with a quick finish. I've been saying that
for years. I know.
So I'm gonna give that one right there. Looking pretty good.
Yep. Good.
I got a little doodle there. All right. We're gonna come back to you. See if that finish will come around. I'll get actually before I even do that, I'm just gonna give this a hard swirl. I'm gonna try to give it like a year or two of oxidation.
Nice.
What do we got?
GK. GK in his house.
This is the correct
on
table.
The killing floor. Would you like to play a game?
Well, here we go.
Here we go. Thank you so much, Brad. Wow, all of these have had a very similar, darker characteristic on the color.
These last two were lighter. Number 1 and number 4 are the same in darkness.
Definitely dark all the way through.
Look at that. Say that again. Look at it right next. Put them right next to it. That is darker than this.
You're right, but again, there's more opaqueness in the middle on these. They're very opaque. What's happening? Oh, hey, here we go. I gotta notice it's like just jumping up to meet you like a Wheaton greeting.
Is it like bath water or what?
No, nothing unless you're using one of those Lush lavender bombs. There is a lot happening on this fun nose. It definitely the fruit jumps up to greet you, and then some of those spicy notes come right in afterwards.
I know the nose is there. I'm really having to dig for it.
For some reason,
I'm getting just one note on the nose. To me, is really just one note. What more than the one note are you getting?
So on the first note, I'm getting kind of like a brighter plum, but then there's a spiciness that kind of sneaks in right after that bright pop, because the bright pop was the first thing that caught me. And maybe it's because I kept my nose really low.
I'm getting plums, no spice. That's okay. We can have a difference of opinion there.
Yeah, bring your nose way down to the bottom of the bowl here. God, there's something really interesting that I'm just not grabbing.
And I'm just not grabbing the interesting. It's a nice nose, but I'm not picking up anything other than a sort of like the first one where it was just a note.
Right.
I'm not getting some variance, but that's okay.
There is something happening. You know what? Maybe as it sits, it'll start to pop out, because there's something sneaking around the back end there.
I'm going to give you a hit. All right. I'm going to say that there's a little cream. So we've got this darker.
Okay.
We got this darker plum, and then there's a hint of cream. This wine has a nice character to it.
Boy, does it. Wow.
A little more tannin. There's some...
that cream definitely translates the palate, for sure.
There's a brighter note. What's kind of nice is that you've got this nose that I'm saying is kind of running along here. We're having a little uplift of brightness. I am picking up some spicy character and maybe some brighter fruit in that beginning to middle range.
Oh man, there's just something so pleasant about the whole journey across the palate.
Why are you getting a journey right now?
Because it starts and it just keeps going. There's waves of delightfulness, and it doesn't end as quickly as the last one. It sort of hangs in and just fades out nicely. I'm liking the fade.
You are describing structure. This wine has more structure, and that's allowing the different flavors to build off of this structure. Right. And you said it perfectly. The wine sort of told you what was going. It was going here. It was doing this. And here's a little of this. Here's a little of that.
And it continued beautifully.
Yep.
Wow. Of the four, I'd say this has the structure. Definitely compared to the first three. I'm really liking that.
Again, we're judging just based on this table alone.
Right. What these wines are telling us. This is so fun. Yesterday was just a complete riot, and I learned so much. And you'd think I would know everything about Brad's palate, but you can always learn something. And normally, I'm so busy blending with Martin and Sherry and making codes and stuff that I don't get to try as many of these fun wines. And wow, everybody brought it. So far, every single wine has been exciting in its own way, and it's been so fun to try them all, where normally I only get to try a smattering of the blends. We're really cooking this year. People brought their A game. Thank you, guys. This was so fun.
It is very nice. I'm just doing a little reset.
You know, maybe a little charcuterie reset.
Just gonna give them a little.
It's just sitting right here. Why let the bees eat it?
It's a little helpful hand. All right.
So fun.
Put that away.
All right.
I'm gonna make some hieroglyphics here.
Beautiful.
And if I recall, on the first wine, I really was looking for some highs, some lows.
Sure.
Something. The flavors are fantastic.
They are.
Excuse me. The flavor. I apologize.
Yes.
The flavor is fantastic, and I'm looking to come back and see to find something that I missed.
Perfect.
It's kind of like when you and Danny are looking for Korok seeds.
You got to find those Korok seeds. I have like 777 of them. I need another 200. My God, they're hidden everywhere.
Okay, I got something.
Oh,
more.
something has changed because I had a very linear tasting note here. Good tannins.
Okay. We got a little cream out of that nose. So
Okay.
we sat there.
Interesting.
The bowl was able to fill with some other flavors, and I got some cream. I gave it another swirl, and that cream went away. But there is a creaminess to it. This wine, as it will age, will actually develop a lot of flavors. This wine has tons of flavor, but the unfortunate part about this wine is that it's built so dense on this one note that the subtleties and nuances are struggling to come out. Now, let's see if we can find them in the palate.
Does the finish change at all? Because it was pretty linear straight across for me.
This wine would need a lot of time. And by a lot of time, another 6 months in the barrel.
Sure.
And then a few months in the bottle. It is packed full of flavor.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the flavors they've packed it with are so dominant
Very
that
similar.
all the subtleties and nuances of the other wines. There's other wines in here.
Oh,
Besides,
yeah.
this isn't just I know this wine is just not a single blend. But what's happened is that they've packed it so full with those intense flavors that none of those subtleties are able to jump out at me right now.
Nice. All right.
So the finish didn't come along, but the nose did. But the nose is the first thing that's going to come along because those aromatic polyphenols will phenol their poly, and it's going to be fun.
Nice. All right, FR.
All right, describe number 2.
Number 2, very subtle nose, touch of medicine on the nose, really nice across the palate, but the end was lots of acidity at the end, but again, a very kind of abrupt.
I thought that was a word panther.
It was, and Freddie just jumped in. Crazy dog. Now how's the
I'm sorry,
finish?
so what was happening after the mid?
So after the mid, it kind of dropped down, good acid at the end, but not really a big pop. Just
All right, what's
good
nice
acid.
about this, here's funny, nose did not do much more,
Okay, interesting.
but the mid did.
The nib popped up because the nose was so subtle on that one. We were working hard to find layers.
We got the cherries are kind of popping up a little bit in the mid.
Okay.
That elongated the finish because there was more flavor towards the mid, so that allowed the finish to elongate. Allowed some of the tannins to come through.
Right.
You
were calling it a little higher in
This
acid.
is still a high acid wine.
Yeah.
But I was just noticing that I got a little bit of tannin in there,
Oh,
which was
interesting.
nice. I wish there was a little more tannin so I could have had some more structure through the middle, and that structure would have added some variable notes throughout the middle. So that one's going to go up a little bit on the range.
Nice.
Just like I'm going to put a little
Very good.
up a little bit. This guy bumped up a little bit.
Very good. All right, next, DM. Starting off very subtle with pomegranates and cherry on the nose.
Oh.
But this one had the finish that kept going. The finish really kept going and brought back some of that cranberry and pomegranate at the very end. How's the nose blossoming?
Stand tight.
Okay. Sticking with the pomegranate cherry thing.
It's still pomegranates and cherries.
Okay.
There's not
Which
any...
again I didn't
No.
mind. I thought it was great.
More palm cran cherry. The cherry came out once we started tasting the wine.
Right. And how's that finish?
Oh.
Because we said the finish just kept going.
Was this the Thanksgiving wine?
This was the Thanksgiving line.
Blending crew, let's make a couple of bottles of this so I can enjoy it for Thanksgiving.
Let's make some DM for Thanksgiving.
This is a great Thanksgiving wine. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
But Thanksgiving's still a few days away.
I have to loosen this belt just a little bit. All right, so plum on this one. Beautiful color.
Still there.
Really nice plum.
Actually,
And
that's a deeper.
maybe some cream.
It's a deeper plum.
It's evolving nicely. On the mid palate, I got a lot of cream and brightness through the mid. And then this is the one that you were thinking had the most structure. It had structure all the way through, so it kept that through line, and it was so yummy. Hey, stupid leaf.
I thought that was a leech.
I was hoping it was a leech. Just turned out to be a leaf. Or a choo-choo.
This nose is very nice for a couple of seconds. There's some fun.
There's something happening.
There's some fun things in there. I'll give you one last little bonus because your nose is working
Nice.
up.
Can I try that GK again? God, there
Did
is
it
something
change
about
on
that.
you? Did it change?
Silence! Wait,
made-
you can't make a decision before I taste the wine. Hold your cone of silence for a moment. Let me get my nose into your cone of silence.
I've made my decision.
Wow. Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. Okay.
You can keep flapping those lips, but it's not going to change my mind.
You never know.
What are you going to say?
Um,
That's enough. Okay. You started with Who wants to? Isn't a description of a wine. All right. All right.
Yum.
I'm gonna wait. You got seconds to go. Go.
I know. No. I'm all you.
Was there any change? No kidding. I'm not gonna do that.
No, no change. Very delightful all the way through, exactly like it first tasted. I didn't detect any big wild changes in the end, but that finish was really surprising all the way. That beautiful structure.
Table 7, your winner today, based off of the wines that you were up in competition with, will be DM. You're a winner, baby.
Wow.
These
Danny,
other
Danny,
wines
we need a Danny to put the thing
must
on the hootenanny.
oxidize away.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
So DM,
So which one won? DM?
DM.
DM.
Hi everyone.
DM's the winner.
Hi, Danny. Thanks to this lovely charcuterie platter. It's so good.
Great wines. Great wines.
Great wines all the way
First
through.
two are probably going to be great in just a couple
I was
of months.
pulling for your GK, but there is a lot going on
But
with that DM.
this one, I don't know if it's because fall is in the air and I'm
Maybe.
thinking about it, or or
Maybe.
you
There
tickled my schnizzle with those cranberries, which that was the first time I'd actually tasted cranberries. So you showed some great interest in that wine, but I liked it very much. I think that's a great wine. I can't wait to see what it does in the lightning rounds as we're going up to more competitions.
What was
So-
that the Thanksgiving one?
The Thanksgiving one was the DM, the one that I felt that it was. Yes. No, not
I
an
don't think it was that
FR.
far.
And then the final wine was the GK, and
Which I also like quite a
so
bit.
so honestly, it was down to those two, but this one was just speaking to me, and
Neat. I love it. I
if
love
you're
it.
talking to me,
I hope it was your wine.
Yeah,
I hope it was your wine.
very nice.
Looking forward to the next round.
All right, and then the way this whole thing goes today, now that we are on schedule and on time and
We're
not rushed
cranking it out.
for
Everything's
any
beautiful.
particular reason, what we're gonna do is because the way the YouTubes and the Facebooks go, we can't go on for 8 hours. So we're gonna shut this baby down for 10 or 15 minutes.
Yep.
I'm going to jazz up my palate. I'm gonna bring it back to life, eat some snacks, probably some Dominica's meatballs,
No,
and then I'm
what a
going
great
to
idea.
come back and we will be judging table number 8.
Table 8.
And because it takes us forever to get it up, we're gonna start at
Yeah.
probably
Only there's some drugs for that.
11:53. We will try to get YouTube and
Back
Facebook back online. So we'll see you guys at 11:53. Thank you guys very much.
Great job, table 7. First one of the Right Bank region. Great job, guys.
Some
Those
good
were
stuff.
stunning wines. So much fun. All right, we'll see you kids in a minute. Man.
All right. Okay, let's get that. Let's fluff up those leaves back there. Bump up. I was noticing that leaf on branch number 4 was really